Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is Jay from TNJ, and welcome back to the Long Beach State Dynasty here in season number 2. Now, we are 2-7 so far in non-conference play, and we will get through that every single game in non-conference play this episode. Before hopping into conference play, let's just look at our conference leaders so far. Now, remember, you guys are in this series, and I want to get you guys heavily involved as we play conference teams. We won't play those games this episode, but I do want to round out the non-conference schedule like I just said. And we are off to a 2-7 start. And to be honest, I didn't know how this start would go because we're losing Wendell Caesar, who was our leading scorer. And it turns out that, losing him and also Baz Helcott definitely hurt us because Baz Helcott was hurt. And he still is hurt for at least a month or so, maybe a little over a month. So we will be missing him for a little bit through this tough part of our schedule here for non-conference play. But in the first matchup, we go up against Montana State. Now, remember last year, we played Montana State in the play-in tournament, the play-in game. And here we are playing them again. And we had to eventually beat them and then move on to play Cal, number 1. And we got beat down in that NCAA tournament game. But here we are playing them again. So this is going to be an interesting game here. A lot of familiar guys we are familiar with, especially Justin Veal, who is their leading scorer at center. So let's hop into this action early on in the first half. Here is Storm trying to get to the lane. A little bit of Euro step, but he does get rejected at the rim. So Montana State dribbling up the court in a mid-range jump shot. That is good, and they get the first 2 buckets of the game. It's a missed shot inside this time. Buster Howard on the rebound. Pushing it up is Delmatrice Bamaye, but he does hold up a little bit. Pass to the corner. Joyner for 3, and that is good. He gets us going on the board here in the first half. And it's an early 6-3 lead for Montana State. As Delmatrice Bamaye is open at the top. And that is an open 3 for him. And we tie it up early here. It's 6-6. Montana State is looking for that revenge from last year as they pull up from 3, and that is Dante Prince, a senior point guard for them. And the Bobcats take the early lead here. As now here we are posting the ball up with Joseph Spratley, the sophomore now, and he misses. And that is going to be long off the rim as they push it up the court this time. Looks like they're running in transition a little bit. Contact, and they get that one to go. What a tough shot that time by Devin Mack, the junior. So now down 11-6 this time. Here's Joyner getting the pick. Goes to an open spot and hits the 3. And I've been waiting for Joyner to get going here in this season. It's been kind of a slow start for him, but he hits the open 3 that time. He has 6 early points. But here's Montana State here going on a little bit of a run this time. Running their motion offense, working it inside. Back outside, drive into the lane. Contact, and it's good. A little floater that time by their point guard. And they take the early 8-point lead. Here we are. Contavious Morgan gets it ripped inside as here they push it back up the court. Montana State setting up their offense. We try to double team him, but look at this. He breaks the double team. He gets all the way to the lane for the layup. And it's now an early double-digit lead here for Montana State. So here's Isaiah Thomas, IT Thomas, I should say, passing it, and it's deflected as Montana State gets the rebound that time. I guess not rebound, but the deflection, and drives it to the lane, and it is a foul on Dalton Jett. So Montana State is definitely off to a hot start so far, up by 14 points. Here is IT Thomas in the game, the junior, as he passes it to the wing. That's Dalton Jett for the 3. And he has been proven to be our best scorer off the bench. I still want to get he and Contavious Morgan into a good rotation. As here's a nice defense this time. And Delmatrice Bamaye the other way. He goes up for a contested layup. And the opportunity for that layup was made by Zion Storm. He is really good at deflecting balls. And now they have a 13-point lead here. 5 minutes to go here in the first half. Fadeaway jump shot is good. It seems like Montana State is rolling here in the first half. They have the 15-point lead. So now 5 minutes left here, and a contact and one. Deshaun Ward, the freshman, gets called for the foul. How did he get that to go? And they take the early 17-point lead here. Let's see if they can stretch it to maybe 20. Passing it around the perimeter. Open shot that time, but he takes it in this time, and it's good. Nobody was there to contest that open layup. They are shooting 70% here from the field in the first half. Here's Dalton Jetta, open three, and that one is off. Montana State going the other way, up by 19 with a chance to make it 20. As here is their point guard, Dante Prince, working it around the perimeter this time. Passing it inside, and good. It seems like they cannot miss here in the first half, as it's now a 21-point lead. And here is Storm this time trying to get us going on offense. A little floater off the glass, and that does bring it back to 19. But 15 seconds left here in the first half. Let's come up with a little stop here. Just get some momentum here going into the second half as they work it around this time. Passing it inside over Takahashi, and that is off. Rebounded, passed up to Delmatrice. He heaves it, and it is off. So Montana State, a hot start in this one, and you can just see they have been dominant on the offensive end, barely missing any shots. Even on defense, you see that a three-point shot blocked by them, and it's 45-26. Going into halftime, it looks like they want their revenge. So now we get going here in the second half. Let's see if we can finally come up with some stops and some offense here, as a good defense leads the transition offense, and that is good. Zion Storm with the layup, and now it's back to a 17-point lead. More defense this time, deflected by Buster Howard. Here is Storm pushing up the court, step back. He's going to try to set up the offense a little bit, but he gets by a defender, makes one man fall, out to Dalton Jett for the three. What a move that time by Zion Storm, put him on the floor, and now it's a 14-point lead. Deep two. Now a 12-point lead. Storm is bringing this team back. Another deflection this time. Great defense being played by Long Beach to start this second half. Working it. Storm, another three. Good! It's now a 9-point game here for Long Beach. We are getting right back in this game. Another deep two. Storm off the mark. Rebounded. Delmatrice back out to Storm. Deep two again. Another shot by Storm. He's bringing this team back. It's now an 8-point game. So now 9 minutes left here in the second half. Here's Delmatrice in the lane, and he goes up for a baby hook. And that is a foul by Andy Morales. As Delmatrice goes to the line. He's not the greatest of free throw shooters, but he does knock that one through. And the second one will make it a 6-point game, and it's good. We have trimmed a 21-point lead down to just 6. As now there's 8 minutes left here, and we switch to a 2-3 zone to hopefully stop them on defense. As here's a pass inside, deflected again. How about the defense by Long Beach here in the second half? Pass it up to Jett. Jett, open three. It's good in transition. We are now hot in the second half. Let's see if we can keep this defense up. Montana State now with the ball at the top, passing it. It's a fadeaway two, and that's off the mark. Trevor Williams on the rebound, passing it up. Joyner, let's see if he can create some space. No, he can't, so you have to set it up a little bit. Calls for the pick. Trevor Williams can't get there, but he goes to the top. He has an open spot, and it's good. A 2-point game now. We come all the way back. It's now 56-53 as they do get a free throw there. And now here we are down by 3 as another good defense possession this time. Fadeaway two. That's off the mark. But offensive rebound is put up and in by Andy Morales, the sophomore. And now it's back to a 5-point lead, 58-53. Here is Storm back in the game. Open three. How'd he miss that one? Takahashi, though, on the rebound, gets it right back out to Storm. He calls for the pick this time. Getting to his spot. He pulls up from the parking lot. It's good. A 2-point game again. How about Storm in the second half? He is going off. Good defensive possession played that time by our inside presence there on Andy Morales. That one's off. As now we get another pick. This time Joyner, open three. And his foot was on the line. They call it a 2. But it's now a tie ball game with 2.5 to go. Here getting the pick this time. Storm out to Delmatrice, but Maye! That one puts us in the lead. Down 21, now up 3. A minute and a half to go after a good defensive possession this time. Driving the lane, Dalton Jett. It's an and one on the layup. Let's go, up by 5 with 1:18 to go. Jett on the free throw line to make it the and one. It's good. A 6-point game here for Long Beach is now at 64-58. Let's see if we can play some more defense, passing inside, and it's good. Dante Prince, the senior leader at point guard, he gets that one to go. So 30 seconds left here. They're going to start to foul, and they do. As we put J.D. Joyner, our best free throw shooter, on the line for a 1-and-1. The first shot is good. There's now 30 seconds left. This one is going to stretch it back to a 6-point lead, and it is good. There's now 13 seconds left. Here's Montana State with a nice slam in traffic a little bit. And now with 10 seconds left, they got to foul us once again. We get it into Storm. Back over to Joyner. Put him back on the line. 8 seconds left. These two will definitely ice this game. The first one, he's 4 for 4 from the line. Make it 5 for 5. 8 seconds left now as Joyner shoots the second. And he's good. 6 for 6 here in this game. Is now Montana State. One last shot. It's blocked by Joyner. And the 21-point comeback is completed. How about that? Zion Storm went off in the second half. He only finished with 14 points. I believe all those came in the second half. But what an offensive performance and a defensive performance. We switched to that 2-3 zone in the second half, and that truly made the difference as we end up winning this game by 8. Probably our best comeback here in this series. Buster Howard, I like the way Buster Howard played. He only had 2 points, but 7 rebounds. He was playing really good defense, especially with his deflections. I really enjoyed that, and really running in transition. That's our game right there. Getting deflections, running in transition, getting open threes. I love it. Zion Storm had 14. Dalton Jett had 17 off the bench. So pretty good game from him. I.T. Thomas also had a bucket off the bench as well. He played some really good defensive possessions for Long Beach. And then for them, Dante Prince had 11. Justin Veal, who was their leading scorer, he scored 15. And we come away with the victory. So now we move more into the non-conference schedule as now we face Belmont, who is a pretty good mid-major team, to be honest with you. And let's see if we can come away with the win in this one. We're keeping it close here in the first half, and it looks like in the second half it's still close. And we just keep crawling back. So 5 minutes left. We decide to pause it. And I want to hop into this. I want to see if we can get the win here and get our second win in a row. We just need some momentum here in this season 2. We did not start out strong, 2-7. So let's see if we can get 2 wins in a row here versus some 2 very good teams. So here we are, 62-62. Belmont on offense. A pass inside is good over Delmatrice Bamaye. And now 4 to go. Now they're up by 4 points. A good defensive possession here from Belmont. They're running the other way. And they end up getting the steal that time. 2 bad offensive possessions for Long Beach. Another long shot off the mark, and that's Zion Storm who misses. Our offense is pretty slow to get started here with 5 minutes to go. Here's a pass inside, and Belmont strikes again. It's now a 6-point lead here with 3 to go. Here is Storm, a deep 3, and he finally gets one to go. It's 68-65. Now it's a 70-65 game this time. Here is Storm driving the lane, and he gets it to go. And now here we are down by 5. And let's see what Storm can do. 72-67. Here's a corner 3 by Dalton Jett. And we're right back in it. It's now a 5-point game now. So now 72-70 here. 2 to go. Here is Belmont passing inside. There's that 2-3 zone deflection. They were running the other way. Spratley out to Storm. Open 3. Stops and hits it. It's a 1-point lead here for Long Beach. Under 2 to go. So working it around the perimeter. Another deflection. Look at this zone. We got to play this all the time. Spratley running in transition. The Euro step is good. 8-0 run for Long Beach. And now here we go. Up by 2 with 30 seconds left. Here they are driving the lane, this time in traffic, and they get that tough shot to go. Even though the good D was there. Now 14 seconds left, 75-75. We're going to hold for the last shot. Let's see who's going to get it. Storm with 7, goes in, passes out to Joyner, and it's off the mark. And they call the timeout with 3.6 left. But remember, the ball does not advance in college, so they have to dribble this up. 3 seconds left, playing good defense. Storm, they do heave one up, and it's off the front rim. And this one's going to overtime after Joyner missed that potential game-winning three. That was an open three. And Belmont could not hit the heave. But this one is going to OT. Can we pull it off? So 75-75 here, 5 minutes here in the overtime period this time. Here's a jump shot. How did he get that pass inside over Takahashi's outstretched arms? It's now 77-75. Here's Storm at the top. They playing a little bit of 2-3 zone too. Here's a three, and this time it's CS Bands off the bench. He hits a three. And I have him in there for defensive purposes. I like what he does. And there is some good defense that time by Bands. In Storm, in transition, it's a layup. And we take the 3-point lead here. Is now there's 3 to go. Belmont working it inside. Missed shot. Another missed shot. Rebound. Put up again. It's good. You get 3 opportunities to hit that within 2 feet. You're definitely going to come through with one of those. As now they have the 1-point lead. Missed shot that time by Spratley off of the three-pointer. Driving the lane. Missed shot again. Another offensive rebound. And a foul. So now Belmont goes to the line this time. 81-80. Ray McCall. He can make this a 3-point game. The first is good. So now 82-80. A minute 20 to go. And that one is off the mark. Takashi on the rebound. Now a 2-point game. Here's IT Thomas, the junior. He gets in. And he ties it up in transition. Is now under 20 seconds left. Now they have an opportunity to hit a game winner here. 82-82. Working it inside. Jump shot. It's good. It's now a 2-point game. 9 seconds left. Here is Storm pushing up the court. He's going to advance the ball and call a timeout. Get the right personnel in there. And we do put in our smaller lineup. I do want to take Takashi out, maybe put Howard in there, who's a better offensive player. And now let's see if we can get a 2, maybe an open 3. Passing it out to Joyner. Joyner's got another shot, and he's going to hit this one. That's the same one he missed in the regular period. And that does bring it to a 1-point lead, 85-84. The ball does not advance in college. 4 seconds left. Storm. Good D. They heave it up, and it is off. Joyner with the game-winning 3 in overtime. He could not hit it in the second half with about 5 seconds left on the clock. He hit it in overtime, and we get the victory. How about that win versus 2 non-conference opponents, Belmont? And that is a very, very good win after that Montana State hard-fought comeback. What a game that time. What a finish, to be honest. Zion Storm finished with 33 points. A very, very good game from him. 8 assists as well. Joyner came up clutch there, and we come away with the win. I definitely like our team because, like you saw with a lot of those lineups, IT Thomas came in. He played some good defensive possessions. I really like him on defense. Buster Howard's been very much improved on defense. You see the deflections that he has, and he creates those transition points. We are playing very, very good basketball right now on the defensive end, especially with that 2-3 zone. I think we now discovered a new offense we can run, or a new defensive set we can run. So we do go into some more non-conference games. I told you we were going to finish out non-conference play. We play Loyola and actually lose this one by 2. And now we go up against our old friends here in the Big West Conference. It's UC Davis. Remember, Dominique Weekland was the player of the year in that conference in season 1. So we go up against him and his squad, and let's see if we can come up with a win versus our former conference opponent. We beat them in the conference tournament as well. That was a very hard-fought game, but you could just see UC Davis up by about double digits, and they end up winning this one by 14. Spratley, Joyner, and Storm all score over 10 points, but they out-rebounded us 50-31, respectively. And now we move on to our next non-conference game. This is versus UT Arlington, and they are not that good. So we go out to a double-digit lead. I wanted a kind of easier game in the middle of these tough games. And look at them. They're coming back. But we end up winning this game by 6. And it looks like Buster Howard had double-digit rebounds. We only get out-rebounded by 8. But you can definitely see I can't wait until Baz Hillcott comes back, because he's definitely going to help us in that rebounding department. is now our last non-conference game is against Oregon State. I do want to get through these games. So the NCAA game cast, I really love this. And you get to see how your players are doing. You can also pause and jump in whenever you want. And it looks like Oregon State jumps out to a huge lead in this one. This is a Pac-12, I guess Pac-10 back then opponent. And they end up absolutely destroying us by 25. And they get the victory here on the road. So we end non-conference play 5-10 before hopping into conference play. I can't wait because this is going to be a tougher conference. There's not as many teams in this conference. So we play each team twice, obviously. But this is a tougher conference. Pepperdine and all these teams, Gonzaga, they're all very, very good. So we're going to have our work cut out. Now, Zion Storm is leading us in points so far with 18. Spratley has 11, and those are the only two guys averaging over double digits here, averaging in double digits, I should say. Joyner's averaging 7.7. I want to get that up, man. I need Joyner to be more of a scorer. Bamaya is averaging 7 and 6. That's actually pretty good. I like that out of a 4 that he can average that. I want to see his rebounds up just a little bit, but he's doing pretty good. Dalton Jet's averaging 6 off of the bench. When we play with them, he averages a lot more. You can always see that he always scores double digits, but in these simulation situations, he does not average a lot. Helcott, he's going to be back from injury to start conference play, so that is going to be good to have him back. And then we're getting everybody involved. That's one thing I like about this, is that we're getting everybody involved this season and really just figuring it out and using our depth to our advantage. So before hopping into conference play, we're actually going to have the season 2 recruiting special next episode. So you don't want to miss that one. That's going to be a good episode where we look at the top recruits coming to Long Beach, or at least that we are scouting to come to Long Beach. So hit subscribe, hit that like button, stay tuned. Let's get it. Let's go.
I've been working hard for a minute. The ones who don't deserve it seem to be the ones that get it. The ones who speak the truth never get the recognition, but the ones that act foolish seem to get all the attention. It don't matter though, yeah. Hey, it don't even matter though. Nope. Hey, it don't even matter.